well in
and
shot.
the lovely hat is in shot as well.
That little...
Oh yeah, that's the pose.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Talk Nerdy to Me. I'm Jay.
I'm Chris, and this is our Captain America Civil War spoiler review.
This is going to be full of spoilers. If you haven't already guessed, you can watch our spoiler-free review on our Facebook page, facebook.com/TalkNerdyUK. It's a live stream, spoiler-free. Go check it out. Civil War. We both liked it.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I was blown away by it.
Yeah.
It's now my favourite Marvel movie. And I know I've said that before about a little film called Deadpool, but I like this even more than Deadpool. Like, I just thought it was fucking phenomenal. This is everything I've always wanted in a superhero film, and maybe a little bit more. Like, it ticked all the boxes for me. I just thought it was fucking brilliant.
I think it was everything I wanted Batman v Superman to be. Like, the expectations I had for Batman v Superman is what this achieved. Whereas, because Batman v Superman kind of jaded me, I almost went into this film going, God, there's this person and this person and this and this. And I even told you during the second act, I kind of thought, shit, I don't know if I'm enjoying this. I don't know if I'm going to... And then it turned out it was just me being, like, proper depressed for no reason at all.
Like, for me, when I watch a film and it takes me, like, 5-10 minutes to decide whether I'm going to like this film or not, in the first opening act, I was just, like, sold. Like, that fight scene with Crossbones and just, like, innovative... That's the fucking stupid bit, isn't it? You're gonna put it? Yes! Innovative way that they use that fighting, Cap shields, Scarlet Witch, like, going up and away, and sort of like making Cap fly. That was fucking boss, that bit, you know, when she made him fly. I was like, that's cool.
Falcon. Everything with his wings.
I loved that opening shot, the way he was using his drone to sort of like have a look around.
He uses wings as a shield, and
it's real casual as well, and like subtle. It's not like a big thing. It's just so casual that, like, yes, this is gonna be a fucking boss film.
Well,
like,
it was a boss film.
Gushing over it.
Yeah. Spider-Man. Spider-Man was amazing. I was so scared. I had a full U-turn. I did not want Spider-Man in this film. I thought it was going to be over-diluted. I didn't want Spider-Man in the MCU at all. I thought it was too much. And then I come out of this theatre not only thinking I like Spider-Man in the MCU, I also think he was really needed in that film in the sense that he didn't needed in the sense of storyline, but the amount of fun he brought to the film, it was ridiculous now to think of that film without him.
The momentum of it just felt so natural and organic. This whole film to me,
when it comes to Queens,
forced at all. Yeah, like,
yeah, you just
dude, this is it. I'm gonna get Spider-Man. So yeah, this was. We've only seen, like, 20 minutes of him, but this is probably the best Spider-Man we've had.
I mean, it's the best introduction you could have to a character.
Great.
I don't understand, again, how you can get it so wrong with, like, it took how long to introduce Wonder Woman in that entire film, and I still don't really feel like I understood Superman or Batman after two films. I understand this Spider-Man after, like, 15 minutes.
We didn't need an origin story.
No.
And we didn't get one. We got a very little brief interaction with him and Tony Stark,
which was brilliant chemistry.
That's where we got our sort of backstory.
Yeah,
that's all we needed. This is the way that they should be doing films. I mean, I'm a sucker for an origin story. I like origin stories, but we've had two Spider-Man origin stories now, haven't we? So you didn't need to do another one. So the way they did this was just perfect for Spider-Man. Tom Holland just nailed it. He is Peter Parker.
He is Peter Parker. It's just funny, you know, your shield doesn't obey the laws of physics, you know that? Yeah. He's just happy to be there.
Yeah. Spider-Man was just fucking brilliant. Like, probably one of the best things about the film, I think. Like, I was so happy with the way they did it.
With Black Panther.
I was going to say, let's
the
talk about
dark, brooding character in this film that was Black Panther.
Again, this is how you bring in a character without doing an origin story and bogging the movie down. We didn't even have an origin story, and he was one of the coolest things about this film. We see, like, them put into films like this with the Avengers, And now I'm really excited for the Spider-Man film, and now I'm really excited for the Black Panther film because of this.
Again, I wasn't that excited for the Black Panther film. I
was, but not as much as I am.
Yeah, now I also like the way he just stood out from the rest, and like when he's fighting Clint, and Clint goes, "Hey, you're a new guy. Who are you?" And he's like, "I don't care."
In a way, he's like the opposite to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but those two characters in the film were the standout characters for me. Like, they just made that film like so much better.
Actual main characters of this film.
Yeah.
How did they perform then? I mean, we're talking a lot about Panther and Spider-Man. Did that mean these guys underperformed?
No.
No?
They didn't get outshone at all. The acting was just unbelievable. The action was fucking phenomenal. Like, they brought it, and you know, it was a Captain America film. That was what it was focused on. Which is where Batman v Superman failed. That's how you should do it.
Yeah.
You need sort of a central figure that you're following on their journey and their story.
Yeah.
And this is all about Cap and Bucky. And that's one of the main reasons I think why this film works so well.
Well, that was the thing. There's so many stories going on in this, but it didn't feel
like too much. It didn't feel bogged down.
Got a story of a new act being brought in, them having to deal with the consequences of their actions. Iron Man dealing with the fact that he's having a kind of crisis about the destruction he's done to the world. Cap,
his parents.
Parents. Cap dealing with his friend, and being a fugitive, and what is right. Introduction of two characters.
Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, it's this whole thing. And not one point.
At one moment, did it feel like it wasn't working, or you got confused like Batman v Superman, and there was no bullshit in it.
If you've ever bought a line of comics where it's like a big event like Civil War or Secret Wars or something, and you read them one by one, it worked like that.
Yeah.
Like everything flowed perfectly from one to the other. Giant Man! I predicted Giant Man. I got Giant Man.
This was a fantastic moment. Oh, I'm going to do this thing. What did he say?
I'm going to do this thing. I've done it once or twice. It might work or it might rip me
and then we
into.
were just like, oh my god, is it going to be Giant Man? And it fucking wasn't.
Where was Hulk? Where was Thor? I didn't actually need them. I didn't miss them. But not in the sense that I don't want them back ever again. But
Giant Man spoilers, right? I have some friends that work in comic book shops, and they could pre-order Giant Man figures, so they had it spoiled.
Oh no! What?
Think about how bad that is, man. I'm so glad that I didn't have that spoiled for me, because that was one of the moments in the film that made it for me even better. Watching the Civil War trailer, the one where Spider-Man came.
You were pissed.
I was pissed. Well, obviously the first time I watched it, I was just so hyped. I was like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man. But then the wheels started turning and I was like, hang on a minute, that's his big intro, isn't it? That was his first appearance in that suit.
Yeah.
But you said, oh no, that won't be his first appearance. It'll be little clips on newsreels, news footage. And you were right, because when Iron Man met him, he brought up like these little clips on security camera footage.
But did it take away from it? No.
Kind of.
No.
Yes, because
it was different as well.
If I hadn't, yeah, it was different because he said something different. But in a way that made it a bit odd for me too, because I was like, I've seen this bit in the trailer, but they've changed what he says. That's a bit weird. If I'd have been sat there in the cinema and that bit would have come on, and I wouldn't have been expecting that Underoos, like, and he fucking gets his shield. That would have been amazing for me.
By you saying Underoos, then you've just reminded me. I think this is the best performance by Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man since Iron Man.
Yeah,
I think that's the most
possibly
Tony Stark he's ever been. When he meets Aunt May and he's like hitting on her. And
that's another thing, Aunt May's hot as well.
Yeah, no, when he discovers Bucky has killed his parents, the anger is real. You don't know how far he's going to go. When he loses his best mate to, well, what's he fucking called? War Machine.
Oh, with War Machine. Yeah,
Rhodey, that's what I mean. So that's the other thing as well. That's the other thing. You've got Cap and Bucky, but then it went to Tony and Rhodey, and that was a great thing to see as well.
It all worked so well. Rob Downey Jr.'s best performance in a Marvel film. I think this was Chris Evans' best performance in a Marvel film. I think for a lot of the actors in this film, this, for me, was their best performance. I mentioned that I have to be invested in characters to care about a film and to like it, you know. I was invested in all these characters, like, you know, I love Scarlet Witch even, you know, I think she's a fantastic character. and her acting was incredible in it too, and the vision. Like,
Would you like a pizza?
The vision is me. You cannot believe. Would you like a pizza? Loved Scarlet Witch in it. Like I loved her introduction in Age of Ultron, but she's one of my favourites. Like I thought she fucking nailed it in this like creepy thing she does with her fingers, and then it's all like purple and like swirly. I love that. It's that good.
Fight scenes were amazing. I don't. There was not a point where I felt a fight scene was contrived, too long, ridiculous,
Too choreographed.
Cap and Bucky, and it's but that is really cool, by the way. Like him trying to stop Bucky from killing people, even though like he's picking up a brick and just smashing it in the guy's chest.
It reminded me a little bit of Daredevil season 2, where Daredevil and the Punisher are fighting, and he's trying to stop the Punisher from killing. The main big event in this for me wasn't Bucky and Iron Man fighting, Bucky, Cap and Iron Man fighting.
It was the airport
scene. And did you notice that they'd edited out Spider-Man in the trailer?
So
he wasn't stood on Iron Man's team. Seeing Spider-Man stood alongside the Avengers, it was just like, he's home.
Just like how every character interacted with one another. I mean, the only, if I could say one didn't too much, would have been the Vision, but he's got like the sense of humour of this table. Ant-Man, by the way.
Ant-Man was fantastic.
Ant-Man, bro. I think anyone who doubted Ant-Man,
his performance in this,
he
Paul Rudd, again, another one of Paul Rudd's best performances, and what, he had about 5 lines.
Main enemy in this was actually themselves, each of them fighting, and the puppet master that was Zemo.
Very clever the way they did that.
Yeah,
that writing was brilliant.
And my final, his victory will be he kills himself so that no one will be able to get the revenge on him.
I think that we've got more to come from Baron Zemo.
I hope so.
I think he's an interesting character that they'll probably use again.
They should.
I just want to see him with a purple.
Well, that was the thing. He was the dark part of this film. Don't forget, there's like dead bodies in baths and stuff that. Which for
some gritty stuff. For Marvel, attempted suicide. He almost blew his fucking brains out. Black Panther stopped him.
When Bucky almost shot Tony Stark straight in the head, like literally. And there's even that moment where it happens, and you see Tony like go, "Holy crap, that really happened in this film."
Fucking hell, Disney.
Yeah, that's the thing about the future here. I think they're going to go darker. They're going to experiment more with tones. There's going to be more.
Doctor Strange is going to be the game changer.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be Marvel's dabble in the dark arts.
When are we going to start seeing the accolades for it? I know that's not what it's about, but when you've got the Oscars and all these other awards, I don't actually really pay much attention to the awards.
I don't think that comic book films are really ever going to get recognised.
They said that about animated films.
But as many awesome films there are, Civil War, there's shit ones, Batman v Superman. The Dark Knight, Nolan's trilogy, that's up there. But Civil War was touching there, it's just because it's a funny film. I think when you get funny superhero films,
I think funny is unfair. I think when, unfortunately, all these award ceremonies, if a film is fun, they don't
What it comes down to is,
they don't want to give it.
How much merchandise is there for children and are kids interested in this film? It's a kids' film as much as it is a film for adults. This is how impressed I was with it. That's the best film I've seen in about 4 or 5 years. I loved Deadpool, I loved Force Awakens, but I liked Civil War better than both of those films.
Overall summary, I think you can obviously see that we both really liked the film. I mean, loved the film. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, then I don't even know why you watched this, but go and watch it. You should go and watch it again, support that film. The next time we do anything like this, on the next episode, it'll probably be X-Men.
Yeah, I'm excited for X-Men.
I'm not at all. I'm not really at all.
So yeah, Civil War was awesome. So thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.
Keep talking nerdy.
Bye.